And for more on what we can expect from the upcoming BRICS summit, I'm joined by Einar Tangen, who is a senior fellow at the Taihe Institute and the founder of the Asia Narratives Substack. Einar, welcome back. Great having you as usual. What is on the agenda for this year's BRICS meeting?
Well, it's trying to put together leadership, a shared vision, and results. Obviously, there is going to be some issues there. In terms of leadership, the fact that Xi Jinping and Putin will not be attending in person has attracted a lot of notice, but they will both be represented. The issue really comes down to approach. China and Russia are sticking firmly to this idea that, you know, the BRICS is not just another institution. It represents the global south, as your previous report indicated, and therefore has to put that agenda first, especially since we're days away from unilateral tariffs being imposed by Donald Trump on the 9th of July.
And Einar, looking to China and its relationship to the global south, how does that align with BRICS priorities?
Well, it's about shared consensus. Remember, I mean, this is not about ideology. And the BRICS Bank that was referred to earlier is all about trying to help countries develop their own path to prosperity, not telling them how it has to be. That approach has been the World Bank, IMF. They've been very clear about they expect even to return for money, you have to change your system. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked. So right now you have a group of loosely confederated entities who are looking for a different vision, one that's more fair, that addresses this issue that was brought up before about how the very least have the most pressure on them, kind of like this big, beautiful bill. It seems that those who need the most will get the least. Therefore, BRICS has to develop a way in which it can deliver this kind of new prosperity based on this kind of different global order. Unfortunately, there's some within the group, in India in particular, they want to bring in other issues. They feel very strongly about things in terms of border disputes, what happened with Pakistan, and they want to inject that as a kind of quid pro quo, but it doesn't work, not in this kind of setting. This is more for the United Nations and other entities. So keeping focus is going to be one of the big issues here.
And keeping focus is another challenge that the Trump administration brings. How do you think its policies will factor into the Brazil meeting?
Well, it's obviously, the elephant in the room as these countries are trying to figure out what the shared vision is and how to deliver results. They're literally, over their head hangs this sword of Damocles where Donald Trump is going to impose these tariffs. Now, imposing unilateral tariffs on the world is not as bad as people think in terms of each country. I mean, Vietnam expressed this. They said, look, we're not paying tariffs. We're not giving the U.S. any money. This will be paid by U.S. consumers. But the fact is, it will have a detrimental effect on overall global demand. And this is really should be the focal point of what BRICS is dealing with, how they come together and develop their markets are less dependent, de-risking from unreliable partners, which in this case is the United States.
And Einar, what kind of contributions do you expect from new members?
New members, they bring a lot of heft and influence, but they also bring a lot of their issues. And this is going to be emblematic of the struggle that BRICS has. It is not, as they say, your father's Chevrolet. This is not the UN. This is a grouping that is focused primarily on economic development and making sure that they have the means and the markets and the infrastructure necessary to do that. So this is what they have to focus on. They cannot bring their old issues, whether it's with other countries or they have some idea about ideology. This is not the place. Mm-hmm. This is simply a meeting ground basically do what the WTO hasn't been able to do, create a fairer world where those with the least can at least have a shot at getting something fair.